Hello brew tubers and welcome to this special birthday beer tasting video. Yes, today is my 30th birthday, the big 30. Not quite sure how that happened. I certainly don't feel like it. It only seemed yesterday I was leaving secondary school and then suddenly, 10 years have gone by. What's happened? Feel old. Anyway, yes, so today is my 30th. Only comes around once. I suppose any birthday only comes around once. But anyway, that's beside the point. I have got two rather special beers to drink today. One of which I've opened already because it was wax cap, so would have been a bastard to take off on camera. So this is Keeping Porter by my friends at Pope's Yard, Jeff and Barbara. So I think they brewed this about 5 years ago, and I believe this is a whiskey cask and used Brett yeast. I have had it before, but this is, I've been keeping this bottle for 5 years and thought, well, my 30th birthday is a good excuse as any to open it up. So I've opened it, and I can still smell it, it's like sat over there. And the second beer is the Courage Imperial Russian Stout. Again, this is a couple of years old, I think now. 2013 vintage. So, yes, that's nearly 10 years old. So, nearly 10. I should have kept on for it for a year. Oh well. Right, anyway, moving on. This is the Keeping Porter, which I poured, so it's still got a good amount of carbonation to it. Oh, what a smell. It smells good. It smells like a really sort of traditional sort of musky sort of aroma. If I remember rightly, the description from when they first released it was like horse nose bag and saddles, sort of like that sort of stable sort of smell. Bit of a balsamic aroma as well. But yeah, it actually smells really nice. Quite sort of oaty. Yeah, it's quite sort of oaty and like sort of balsamic vinegar. And I'm going to dive in. Cheers. Many happy returns. It's got quite a sort of smoky flavour, like a really dark chocolate smokiness. And then there's like a slightly tart, astringent flavour. I believe this beer is about 10.2% if I pick the right one. But yeah, it's got a really sort of earthy, sort of leathery, slightly sort of smoky, sort of bit of dark chocolate flavour going on there. It's actually really nice. It wouldn't float everyone's cup of tea. It is like a real complex of flavours. I think they did age this as well in oak cask, I believe. So you are getting a bit of that sort of woody flavour. I think it's like a whiskey oak cask, I believe. It's sort of like quite a sort of a light, I wouldn't say fruity note, but there's sort of like a lighter sweetness there as well. Yeah, But this does taste like sort of vintage wood, smoky, earthy, quite robust. That's actually very nice. Well, that's 10.2%, so I'm going to savour it, and we'll rejoin once I've finished it for the Imperial Stout. So I found the Keeping Porter on Untapped and thought I'd read you out the description. So yeah, Pope's Yard Brewery, 10.9%, not whatever it was I said. Brewed from 6 malts and grains, dark brewing sugars, high alpha acid bittering hops and goldings. A complex fermentation follows that starts with 2 flavourful ale yeasts, a later addition of Brettanomyces clausini, and months of slow, cool fermentation and maturation. Aged for a year. Well, aged for a year before it was bottled. Aroma, raisin, coffee, chocolate, roast, slight smoke. Taste, bitter, fairly dry, slight sour. Flavour, boozy, funky, coffee, licorice, mixed citrus, prunes and leather. So yeah, I agree with some of that, sort of that pruny, smoke, leather, yeah, licorice, yep, definitely. So yeah, a bit like what I said, but not quite. So yes, that's the Keeping Porter. So on to the second beer of the evening, which is the Courage Imperial Russian Stout, 2013 vintage, 10%. Brewed by the Wales and Young Brewery, which I believe is now called Eagle Brewery. Yes, what does it say here? Enjoys a rich espresso body with pear overtones and an intriguing, fresh, smoky, fruity finish. 2013 vintage. As originally brewed in 1795 for Catherine the Great of Russia. Brewed to perfection only once a year. Enjoy now or allowed to mature for up to 13 years. Let's say 10%. Any other interesting things on here? No, Wales and Young Brewing Company, Bedford. So yes, I have had this. I did buy 2 bottles of this, and I think I had the other bottle a year or 2 ago. I can't quite remember. I think it's about £10 a bottle. Surprisingly enough, I did look on Untapped, and there are quite a few check-ins for it, even though it's a 2013 beer. You know, there's quite a few for 2021, and even 1 or 2 for 2022. So obviously produced en masse, and obviously still a fair few bottles kicking about, although 1 less now. So yes, there it is, jet black as you would imagine. Very thin beige head, good amount of carbonation. Quite an earthy soy sauce and licorice, definitely licorice aroma to it. Let's dive in. Happy birthday, Peter. Definitely licorice. And chocolate. Chocolatey licorice. Definitely. And not like a, I suppose it is a dark chocolate, but sort of more of a creamy dark chocolate, I think. Pear notes. Yeah. I can see where they're going with that pear notes that it mentions on the bottle. There is a little bit of that in there. Sort of like a very light top end note. I don't know, above the sort of the chocolatey licorice flavour. Yeah. Yeah, good. I mean, like beers, like I think the Fuller's Imperial Stout, there's quite a lot of soy sauce flavour. I am getting a little bit of that, but it's mainly licorice, I think. Licorice chocolate with light, peary, sweet overtones. Hmm, that's very nice. Oh, I'll enjoy the rest of that then. So that is the end of the beer drinking segment. Yes, both were very nice beers. The Keating Porter, as I said, was about 5 years old, and the Imperial Stout 9. Um, yeah, both very distinctive beers. There were one or two common flavours between them, like a sort of a burnt fruit cake prune flavour, and that sort of thing. There were one or two flavours which were similar, but you know, even then they were very very unique, very individual. So yes, I'm going to move on to some brandy now, and I'll be having a Spanish brandy, Carlos the First, although not this bottle. Um, my late mother and my dad uh, drank Carlos the First an awful lot when they were in Spain. It's like one of their favourite brandies. This bottle's about 15, 20 years old. I will not be opening this, as you can well imagine, but it's still going strong, so I brought a new bottle. So yes, I'll be opening myself up the not 20-year-old bottle of Carlos the First. Obviously, Carlos the First of Spain was something like Charles the Fifth of the Holy Roman Empire. I did do some history when I was younger, and I did the period where Charles V of the Holy Roman Empire and Carlos I were one and the same person, so I assume that's what it's named after. Aged in very old sherry casks. How very nice. I mean, the colour's very similar. Brandy de Giraz. From Cadiz. Yes, anyway. That's a normal person brandy glass, but well, a little bit insufficient, so I'm going to go with this brandy glass. Yes, that's much more like it. No, you might as well see me drink a little sip of it. I mean, I know there's sort of a popular thing of having it quite, of sort of warming up brandy, isn't there? A hint of like marzipan. Bottoms up. That is nice actually. Quite a sweet brandy. Well, brandy is sweet anyway, I know, but you certainly get like a sweet sherry, sort of raisiny sweetness, a hint of marzipan. Yeah, definitely a raisin flavour to it. Obviously, sherry's quite raisiny, isn't it? A hint of like almondy, vanilla, marzipan. well, I'll enjoy that for the rest of the evening. Well, thank you very much for watching this rather special little video. I still do have an important announcement coming up, but I'm still waiting on details to be confirmed. So as soon as that has happened, I will be revealing all in a politically correct, suitable for children manner. Yes, anyway, I'm going to slosh around a bit more, and yes, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again soon, no doubt.